good week last week, but we finished the week with a pullback, and I think that pullback's going to continue into these couple of days ahead of Powell's speech at Jackson Hole on Friday.
Against the euro, against the yen, what's most important?
Broadly, I think that I still watch the dollar-euro as the key exchange rate. You know, foreign exchange market, $5 trillion a day, over $1.5 trillion is just the dollar and the euro. There we're struggling to really sustain a move above the 114 level, but I think we go to 115, and that's probably the top end of the range before people begin selling it again.
What's really happening with the yuan? Is this all new from the tariffs and the trade war, or this goes back years, the dollar-yuan exchange?
Yeah, so what's happened recently is that, Chinese rates have been falling, both the 10-year rates and the short-term rates, as they shift from, say, credit control to stimulating the economy, partly because of those tariffs. And so the Chinese currency had been falling. It looks like they've taken some efforts in the market to try to slow down the ability for foreigners to sell it, for domestics to sell it. And so the currency, with interest rates, has found some support here the last few days.
And this isn't a Thai baht or a Turkish lira. This would be a big deal.
This would be a big deal, but I think that the key level people are watching is 7 on the RMB against the dollar. And I think that the Bank of China, the central bank, is really protecting it ahead of there. I don't think it has much to do with the trade talks this week. I sort of buy into what the previous guest was talking about, that these are very low-level meetings, and the real key is going to be later this year if we can get an agreement.
So what if we went to $500 billion in tariffs?
I think that's what Trump is threatening.
And then where would the yuan go?
Yeah, I think that a lot of this can be immune. The yuan can be really immune from these tariffs in the short run, because the Chinese economy, no matter what the Chinese economy grows, the officials tell us it grows 6.5% or something.
So this all plays into oil, obviously, dollar strength, doesn't it?
That's right. A strong dollar is not good for oil prices. So 60% of the global oil demand is in emerging markets. So if you have a strong dollar, the Indian rupee is down 10%. Yuan is down, it hurts oil demand.
So it's not just the exchange, it's that those economies the demand might start to weaken?
Well, oil is traded in dollars, so it raises the price of oil to these economies. Plus, if their economies are pegged to the dollar in some fashion, they have to use fiscal policy to offset the monetary tightening.
Trump came out and said, I don't like these high oil prices at about 75, I think. So they've been very well behaved at 65. Is this where it's going to stay? Are we setting prices?
I think we have an important influence on prices. I think we're going to stay here for the time being.
Good for everybody. 65 is good for, not horrible for producers, but it doesn't, it doesn't really choke off consumers at this
I think the Saudis would prefer, on a Brent basis or a WTI basis, 70 plus. So a 70, 80 Brent is what they're looking for. So we're a little bit at the lower end of the range, but we've had a strong dollar. If the dollar weakens, as suggested, that's going to help oil in the next few days.